So, what's it like to be hypnotized? A lot of people ask. Is it like when you see those magicians on stage hypnotizing people and they levitate, or they walk around and cluck like a chicken, or start taking their clothes off? I'm glad you asked. But to be honest, it's all BS. Hi, I'm Guy from quittin60minutes.com. I'm a Sydney based hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, and nicotine addiction specialist. I help you quit the smokes and the vapes. So every human being alive on planet Earth experiences a hypnotic state of mind from time to time, and generally several times a day, because as you wake up from deep sleep and as you go to sleep, these are hypnotic states. If you've been driving along in your friend's car, you're in the passenger seat, you're driving on a country road, it's nice and calm and relaxing, and you're looking at the trees and the white puffy clouds in the sky, and your mind is drifting off, and you can imagine now those clouds in the sky, can't you? So that's how hypnosis works, is when you engage the subconscious mind, the creative imaginative side, you're engaging hypnotherapy technique levels of playing field in the mind. Those mind states are alpha and theta. So consciously, if you were to put an EEG monitor brain thing that shows the waves in the hospital, right now you'd be in a beta state. If you were reading a book or daydreaming out the window, that kind of thing, like you used to do in high school when the subject was boring along with the teacher. If you were to have an EEG monitor on your brain, on your head, you would be exhibiting alpha state response, which actually, it's funny because more stuff goes in than you would think. You think that someone's daydreaming and they're not listening, but when the mind is open like that, it's not resisting thoughts. When you're engaged in conversation, someone says something you don't like, you may tend to rebut their thought or say, oh, that's not a good idea, but you don't say it directly to them, your brain says it. But in an alpha state, maybe in a good movie, you're just taking it all in. And then the deeper states of hypnotherapy are theta state, which is just before sleep. So it's the point of lucid dreaming. It's a very deep state of consciousness. When you're in that state and you are lucid dreaming, there might be a noise outside, like a bin gets blown across the road in a strong wind, and you might see that as something else in the dream, like a car crash. But in all of those states of mind, you can hear and understand what's going on. You're just less resistant to it. A bit like, say you're lying on the lounge and wife comes out and you're falling asleep during a movie. She says, honey, I want to paint the lounge room bright pink. And you're like, yeah, all right. And she says, I want to get $200 out of your wallet and go to Bunnings and get the pink paint. You're like, okay. So your resistance is down when you're in an alpha state. You heard everything she said, but that's just an example of how hypnosis works. You just have to be deeply relaxed. But if someone was to say to you something that was completely against your character, like, we're going to go rob a bank, and you're in that out of it state on the lounge, you will snap out of it and say, no, we're not going to do that. That's not a good idea. So, there's been cases through history. I think it happened once where there was a guy in jail and his cellmate hypnotized him to hurt another prisoner who was bullying him, but it happened over 5 years where the resistance was slowly worn down. As a general rule of thumb, you're not going to do anything you don't want to do. So this leads me to, does hypnosis work for everyone when quitting smoking? In 97% of cases that I've seen, The hypnosis works in 1 hour, and it's a 60-minute session, and the problem is resolved in the hour. I do offer a lifetime guarantee, and if you mess up, you can come back and get a free one. And that's happened a few times, but not very often. It would be like 1%, and it was a common thread in all of those, and that was the client really didn't want to give up. They were pressured by their wife or husband. They really did enjoy smoking, and they did it to keep the family happy. So you've got to be 100% on board if you want to use hypnotherapy to quit cigarettes, and you also have to have the ability to relax. So one of the things I do is include a preparation document. It takes a couple of hours to read. It shows commitment. It's going to explain what you go through and what it's going to feel like, what it's going to sound like, but it helps to get your conscious mind on board, even if initially it was your partner's idea. But hypnotherapy is fantastic. It's one of the easiest ways to resolve one of the major leading causes of death, and it's so easy to not die from that major cause of death just with 60 minutes of hypnotherapy. But if you want to know more, please check out my website. I offer a free assessment. We have a chat for 15 minutes. It's not for everyone. Obviously, if you're going through some tumultuous times in your life at the moment, you should wait until you resolve those before you attempt to give up any addiction, in my belief. Or if you feel that your life is threatened enough, you'll do it. But other than that, have a look at the website, and maybe we can have a chat and solve your problem for you. Have a good one. Bye now.